For 19 years, Your Majesty, this council has implored you to secure your succession by marriage.
Do not say I will not marry, Lord Burleigh. The question before us is whom?
Spain is the threat.
The whole performance, the whole story is about how the personal and the political come together and split apart and come together. And within that iconic creature there is an absolutely real person with questions and passions.
Helen Mirren is such a wonderful, energetic, quirky, sexy actress. Quicksilver wit, Quicksilver mood changes.
I never wish to see your face again.
My heart still runs on you, I swear it.
Before I hang you, I'm minded to hang you now, with my own hand.
Yes.
Get out of my sight!
One of her gifts as an actress is when you're watching her, you believe in her, you believe in what she's doing. When she acts, it feels incredibly real and truthful and natural, and I think that's one of her great gifts.
What shall I say to those who are prepared to fight and die on my behalf?
If I never work again in this industry, I will be able to say I worked with Helen Mirren, and that's true. I'm absolutely serious. She's brilliant. I do think she's doing the performance of a lifetime.
It's great, isn't it?
Okay, let's look it up, please.
We threw it together, literally,
Picture is up.
from a sort of bargain basement.
The great joy of being able to build sets is that you're not constrained to adapt something that's not quite truthful to make it look right.
I do love working in this strange old Soviet stadium, which makes the most wonderful studio, actually. I mean, this incredibly high ceiling we've got.
There's a great debate at the moment in Vilnius about whether they pull it down or whether they preserve it as an example of architecture of that period.
This set is the biggest set I've ever worked in, and I think it was built in 5 weeks. The work all had to be done here in Lithuania where we're shooting, and obviously you can't bring out the whole cast weeks in advance, and we were back in London rehearsing.
There are two parallel languages running at the same time. You know, you hear the direction in English and then there's a sort of time lag and then you hear it in Lithuanian, and hopefully we put the two together.
Please, rehearsal is up. Clear, clear, clear. Okay.
Henry VIII decided to build the privy chamber where the cabinet of that period sat, almost directly opposite his bedroom door, because he was such a control freak it allowed him to walk into cabinet meetings at any point and interrupt them and see what's going on. And Elizabeth maintained that relationship.
There's one extraordinary setup where she runs out from her bedroom into her music room and into a privy chamber, and then out into the corridor, and then out into the presence chamber, and then back up the corridor, and then she goes looking into the privy council chamber, and then she goes into the hall, yells up the stairs, I'm saying, madam, he's gone, and then she goes back into the bedroom and ends up on exactly the same mark that she started on.
He rode for Falmouth overnight. He's on his way to Lisbon.
On his way? Did you say? His way?
Within the landscape of these huge historical events taking place, you have a very personal story.
The reason I did this job, really, was to work with Helen. She is somebody who makes doing this sort of work incredibly easy.